for me, I like to live in the reality of really following my passion and following what I believe is the right thing to do. You really need to find the people you can communicate with, who share your values and beliefs, who are there for you, like who do not judge you if you say something wrong or if you react in a certain way. You need to organize your thoughts and ideas. So what we do is, when we have an idea, a thought of which we believe that it serves our desired future, we take that thought and we put it in a predefined workflow so we don't lose it. Where do I want to go? What did I learn in the different areas of life? And how can I use that now to go where I want to go? So you need structures, systems, and workflows that help you to organize your brain. That's actually a cool way to say, huh? Organize your brain. And now it's just a question of like finding the right people and finding people who align with my values and beliefs and who say, you know what, let's fucking rock this life together. So Philip just gave me an idea about, or like he basically, how to call that in English?
I kind of observed how healthy it seems for you to get all your thoughts and content and everything into
basically, I think Philip, for like, I don't know, maybe the first time, which is kind of like weird, but I'm so released that the webinar is now shot. And yesterday I was a little bit nervous because of the reason the content management was not working. So when I looked for my content, it was not where I expected it to be. And that made me kind of like nervous. So Philip and me had a conversation after that. And then again, it's so important to have someone you can then talk to, because it's nothing against him then. It's just the reality. And the reality says, hey, look, the content is not where it's supposed to be. While at that point, he told me it should be there. So we had a communication issue.
Context, this is structures and where to put content.
Yes. Yeah. And because I'm a structure freak. And so for me, because I manage over 15 people now, which is quite a responsibility, I have to say. And there's a lot of things which, like a year ago, I had much more money to do what I had in mind. And this year, not everything worked perfectly because my focus was to really get NTNK out there. I want to finally be able to communicate what I feel and think. And because often it is that people judge you because you react in a certain way they cannot understand because they didn't live your life. We all have different experiences. And with different experiences, we have different things to work on. And one thing is clear, we need to work on ourselves. If we don't work on ourselves, we are stuck, and your depression is going to increase further and further. So you need to work on yourself, but you can never really reach the capability to reflect on yourself without of getting any feedback of anyone else. So you need feedback. It's really important because otherwise you're the only person talking with yourself, creating the story in your mind, having some bump holes which you believe they were what they are, or like they are what they were, or I don't know, you know what I mean. You believe they were like this, but it's actually, if you would have talked to that person or whoever was involved in that, maybe you could have figured out a different truth and realized that there is not only one reality in this world. Everybody lives a different reality, and we need to choose the reality we want to live at. And for me, I like to live in the reality of really following my passion and following what I believe is the right thing to do. And sometimes that you even need to be selfish. You need to decide for yourself that now you need to put yourself first. And as longer we give all of us to somebody else, and we might lose track, like we might lose the connection to ourselves, because we are like, we are too busy to taking care of other people in a certain way. And it's just not even have to be heavy time-wise and stuff, but just mentally. You need time for yourself, because it's essential. You need time to reflect on yourself, but you also need time with others so they can help you to reflect on situations and give you feedback, so you can together evaluate which reality is true. And for that, to really get towards the beauty reality of life, like the life you want to live, you desire, you really need to find the people you can communicate with, who share your values and beliefs, and who are there for you, like who do not judge you if you say something wrong or if you react in a certain way, because they know that deep inside we all still have to work on us, and I think it's never done. Probably never, because you always will find small things, but they get smaller and smaller, and you learn to work with your emotions. And I was really emotionally sometimes. I was so emotionally sometimes that I even took some stuff and I throwed it against the wall, because I wanted to make clear that, hey, listen, I said that so often. Listen. Because at the end, it's our inner self who says, like, don't you understand what I'm trying to say? Come on, I take 5 steps towards you. Take some. Let's go. And that goes through every relationship with your friends, with your family, with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, everyone. And so back to the point, communication is really, really important and essential for your self-development journey. And what was the thing we talked about? Beginning.
Beginning. No, it's been 7 minutes. Let me think.
Felt like 50.
Yeah, but in a good way. We talked about managing people.
No, I'm not sure. No. What we actually wanted to talk about was Philip reflected on me. So that was a big 7 minutes. So let me close the loop. That was the introduction of what's coming now, which doesn't mean that what's coming now is going to be longer, because preparation is key. It's really important that you understand what I'm saying, where I'm coming from. So again, communication, kind of like preparing yourself for what I'm now want to tell you. So what did he say? Philip basically told me that he feels a connection between releasing your brain, means being able to talk what you have in your mind, that is connected to happiness. And the reason behind it is, Philip and me work now together since I think 10 days. And the first few days was like we get to know each other, like we know each other since 3 years. We have been in steady contact. We never did business with another, but we already helped another, like with small stuff. So if I had like a question about, what's the settings of my ZV1, I decided to ask Philip, and Philip gave me some information, or just told me go on YouTube. So I did that. And 3 years later, basically it was only COVID in between and my travel through South America and the USA, to be honest. We are now here together. And in the first few days, we try to get it organized. I'm trying to be super organized. While he is used to going on shots, as he told me, where most of the time the people are not organized at all. as well, we have a lot of content we want to produce. So I think we shot like 40 scripted reels. We also shot the webinar. We still want to shoot like 5 or 6 other videos. We need to shoot a lot of lifestyle content. We need to shoot content of the house. We need to shoot content like this. This is just a new format we just developed together. And so we have a lot of things to do. So the expectation, here we come again, from my side towards him and from his side towards me were different. And today was another situation, and it's nothing important. It was just like I was at home and I was expecting Philip to be ready if I'm ready. And Philip was expecting me to tell him when I'm ready so he can be ready. So we had a different view on that. And that together with some small stuff, because like it's just really, really stressful to do a project like this and know like, okay, we just have a limited time. We cannot, like I'm living in Samoa and I don't care if I go on the jet ski today or if I go on a jet ski in a month, because I'm not going to feel like I'm missing out on that. But if I'm working on something which is super important, and I have high expectations towards the quality I want to deliver and represent to the outside, it can be really stressful because I have high expectations, while there was also another loop, while compared to how much money I had in the beginning of the year, I messed up some stuff focusing, there was the loop, focusing on the project of NTNK. And I made good money with crypto, but I didn't took it out. So at the end, I lost more than I actually like made. So I actually lost at the end, which gave me a little bit of a headache. Because additionally to that, I got scammed by an investment. I really believed in the people, and that was I believed in someone of who I thought that this person has enough control about the company, which I later figured out that that person was just like an employee in a certain way who thought he had shares but did not really have shares. And by this company, I got scammed with my life savings. So all the money I had like as a security for myself to really make sure that I get this project out there, and with that, getting rewarded in the future with the help and value I can bring to other people. I got a little bit under pressure because, to be fair, I expected a payment of $390,000, and I just realized I'm not going to get shit. So having 15 employees, limited money, because the money I thought I'm going to have, or I should have, if I would not have got scammed, was not there. So I have 2 options. Option number 1, I'm going to cry and I'm going to ask myself, why me? And I was not good. It was really complicated for me because we were traveling through Europe. I had a lot of problems with the developers. I couldn't find a developer that really can provide the quality, the website I'm working on, or I was working on, or I'm still working on, who can actually really deliver that. So I work with one developer, with the next developer, with the next developer, and it's getting really, really exhausting. At the same time, and then here we have the loop with the brain dump in a certain way. At the same time, I was not able to proceed with my thoughts about where I want to go next, because really important steps, which were fundamental to really like get started and make some noise out there, was not done, and it felt like it's never finishing. So I collected more and more data in my brain, like thinking further and further and further, without being really able to go as quick in reality as I went with my expectation and with my vision for the future. So my vision is now already like in 10 years or something. I don't know exactly how I get all the way there, but the fundamental pillars of this whole life concept, they're set. And now it's just a question of like finding the right people and finding people who align with my values and beliefs and who say, you know what, let's fucking rock this life together. So that's like the goal now. I'm taking care of the structures and systems, and I'm really happy if I find someone who is even better in that, so that person can take care of that, so I don't have to use my computer anymore. Like that's my big goal, not using my computer anymore. I don't want. Phone, okay. iPad, for me, iPad or tablet, like let's see who's going to sponsor this. Is it Google or is it Apple? I'm not sure. So let's see what I'm going to use. But yes, there's one brand I'm using. And iPad is actually really nice because it helps me to really like put all my information down without sitting on a computer. It's a different feeling. It's a different feeling. And if you have like a workflow where you know that, wow, this idea is part of this area of my life or this area of my life or whatsoever, and you know where you put that thought without of losing touch with reality by like, okay, now I need to do this. I get distracted. Now I need to do this because 1,000 thoughts. I could do this, and that, whatever. If you have thought about something, first of all, you need to know who you are, where you want to go, what you want to do in life. Then you need to have a plan, you need to have structure, you need to have a blueprint, an idea of what direction you go and what are the steps to take to get there. And to do that, you need to organize your thoughts and ideas. So what we do is, when we have an idea, a thought of which we believe that it serves our desired future, we take that thought and we put it in a predefined workflow so we don't lose it. Because often what we do is we have a note, we want to write it, or like first we think, and that's going to be in the webinar, first we think that we can remember it all. Then in the next step, we realize that we cannot remember it all, so you start writing it down. You maybe can relate to that. Then you start writing it down, but when you really need it, you don't find it because it's not structured. It's like, I don't know where to put it. I put it in this note folder, I put it in that note folder. Oh, I make a new folder. I'm trying to organize myself. For years, I did the same. I used Note 1, then I used the apps directly from Apple, like from my iPhone. It's like on the laptop, you use something else again, and then you use so many different kind of softwares. You have notes like everywhere, and you do not know what to do with that. It's just like, it feels like a waste of time. But the idea you had of writing things down is a perfect and really reliable source of success. So writing it down is not the problem. The problem is, it's almost a pitch again, huh? The problem is that if you don't know how to put your thoughts and ideas into like a second brain, structure it, organize it, so when you need it, you know where to find it, and then you do not only find this one thought, you find like multiple thoughts, multiple ideas, and you can take some time to organize them and use them then by reflecting on what's the current situation, where do I want to go, what did I learn in the different areas of life, and how can I use that now to go where I want to go. So you need structures, systems, and workflows that help you to organize your brain. That's actually a cool way to say, huh? Organize your brain. So this way, it's like rocket. Like if you have this skill, you can do everything, because now you maximize your time potential. You have 24 hours a day, but we have limited resources. We need to decide how we spend our time. How do we do that? We need to know who we are, what we want from life, and then we need to know what resources we have: skills, knowledge, energy, our financials. And then we need to know where we want to go, so we can analyze, okay, this is where I am, like I'm in Koh Samui, and those are my resources. I have $1,000 on my bank account. I have a camera, I have travel experiences, I have whatsoever. Like, what are your resources? I have those skills and this and this and that, and I want to get back to traveling the world and not like being at home all the time and working my ass off. So what do I have to do that? you use your resources, you use those information, because now you put your focus. You put your focus on where you are and where you want to go, and you learn how to use your resources in the most efficient way so you can actually go in the right direction, the direction that takes you to the desired future you want to be in. So that's it. You need those structures. Where have I been before that?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure, but it is 19 minutes.
Walla gaga.